Welcome back to the Manor Entropians. Julian McBain here, and today we are in hour 5 of Merry Meyham. And you saw one of my earlier hours on my vlog. And if you haven't gone and watched the vlog, go and watch the vlog. And then come back and watch this. So, I'm excited. I almost missed it. Like, I missed the announcement that practice had opened. And so it said, we're live. And I said, oh shit, I better jump in. But when I first jumped in, I didn't have the ability to do any video, unfortunately. So, you're coming in at hour 5. We're doing pretty good. We're having a good time. So, okay, before we get too far in, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Make sure you take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Okay, formalities out of the way. I am happy to say that so far, Mayhem has been very good to me. Well, I should say it's been as good as any previous Mayhem except for Merry Meyham last year, which is the time I got the one Hoff that I really wish I had gotten on camera, because that would have been fucking awesome. But that's okay. We're going to fight until the Hispidus arrives. We are amped up. I have the melee trauma amplifier 4 on my LB30. I have an A103 on my rifle. And I should be getting pretty close to being able to use an LB20 or an LR25. Like, that should be catching up pretty quick here. So, we're going to see how this goes. I'm really hoping that I'm honestly hoping it turns out even better than Halloween Mayhem. I think that Halloween Mayhem was fairly successful. Understanding that I knew going in the chance of me placing was relatively low. But I still did pretty good. I think I was in the mid-40s if I remember. I'll have to go back and check. But all in all, I'm very satisfied with the results of that. And that's a good thing. Come on. There we go. I hope the lag doesn't screw everything up on the timing. I've been managing to get the Hispidus to spawn about once every 50 minutes or so. Which means every 5 hours I'm gaining an hour. So, or not gaining an hour, but I'm gaining an extra cycle. So if I do this right, I'm hoping to come out higher than I did in the last go-around, which was a hell of a lot higher than it was last year. So, that's all good. The Shrap drops have been pretty good, but unlike in Halloween Mayhem and most of Christmas Mayhem or Merry Meyham last year, this year the Daikaba are actually dropping regular loot. Not at the same rate, but it's there. It's just a half hour, an hour. 1 hour, 15 minutes? No shit. Let's see if this ups our efficiency any. Probably not. I generally don't use loot pills, but you know what? I've got them. I'm kind of sick of converting them. They are convenient for this sort of thing. What the hell? That, and I've unlocked a couple of skills lately. Coolness is the most interesting one. At first, I thought it was like, hey, the fawns. Yeah, no, it means poise. It totally means poise and composure. That's okay. Which is far more like me anyway, but still, because I'm definitely not the fawns. I love how the picture is laser blasts going on either side of the guy, and he's just whistling through it. That's awesome. Did we collect our last reward? We did. I find it interesting that they put a curb here, but I don't know what level the Daikabas turn to curbs. Or under what circumstances. Come on. So, you know, I've been thinking about the think pieces I've been doing lately, and I'm finding that people tend to like them, and that's good. I really appreciate that. And so that's something I'm going to continue to do, but I'm wondering if doing nothing but think pieces is really going to hold an audience. I would love to hear your opinions on it, so if you're watching this, please drop a comment for me. I would love to know. I enjoy doing the think pieces because it makes me think, which I know sounds kind of silly, but it does. I am much happier when I have to actually take time to sit down and contemplate something at a fundamental level. I really enjoy doing that sort of thing, and because I'm a verbal processor, these videos that I do, these think pieces that I've been doing, have really helped me with that. I really enjoy it. But at the same time, I know I'm not providing the same kind of service that other content creators in Entropia universe necessarily provide. And so I'm working on figuring out how to balance the think pieces, which I do think people do come to my channel to listen to the think pieces. I think that's why my watch time hours are so high relative to my subscribers, because I've got 2,300 watch time hours and 230 subscribers. Not a complaint. That makes me feel really good. But at the same time, it makes me wonder, you know, am I missing out on things that people are looking for, things that people need? And so I'm looking at, you know, what problems can I solve for people in Entropia universe that I can solve in the form of a video, because what these videos are is value. And I'm not saying that from a hoity-toity, you know, look at all the value I provide you sort of way, but what I mean is any video, whether it's a Let's Play video or an Entropia Universe video or a think piece or the video of a college lecture or even an ad or those hokey trainings where they try to sell you something at the end of it, which you all know I'm a total geek to watch. Because I was a marketing major and I love that shit. The fact is that I think that the think pieces would be more attractive if there was also a set of problems that I can solve either through the think pieces or on other videos. And I know that one of the things I haven't done a lot of is tutorial videos or the how-tos, the intro to, you know, I've done my intro to Melee and stuff like that, but I haven't done a whole lot of other things. And I've actually written the makings of a book, guys. I've got 12,000 words in a primer that I spent a lot of time working on. I'm trying to figure out what I need to polish up on it, what more needs to go into it, and all that stuff. And I don't even know if I'm going to end up putting it out there. I might just drop it on my website at mcbainmanor.com at some point. A site that has been neglected the last few months due to life. But it is, you know, it's my goal to provide value. And so I'm hoping I'm providing that value to you, and that's why you've subscribed to me, and that's why you've given me so many watch time hours, which is just wow. But at the same time, I do want to continue to provide value, and so I need to figure out what problems aren't being solved. You know, and of course, everyone wants to know, you know, what's the most eco way to play, what's the best way to play, you know, what weapons are the greatest, and I think that's a really hard thing to go about, because you got a lot of people who are looking to play really eco, and Mindark has made it subtly made it pretty clear that playing eco doesn't make a difference. For the most part, there is a line, and I should probably just script out a whole video just on this, not like a script, but note cards and shit, like I did with some of my early videos. they state that the ped you dump into a mob gets put into its loot pool. And minus the skills you're gaining. And we all know there's a tax of some sort, because that's how Mindark pays its bills. Let's not bitch about that. And the loot is what you get, you know, is whatever the remainder is, which is the majority of it. It's like 90 to 95% of it. I mean, realistically, you could say that because Mindark says that the money it pulls out of the game is just what it gets in repairs, maybe there isn't a formal tax rate, but it dumps a lot more ped into skills. And you're going to see that really ramp up because skills are increasingly expensive the higher the level is. So your first, you know, your skill 1 in any skill is less expensive than 2, is less expensive than 3. And that might even just scale by profession. But that's okay. And we got a strong box. At some point I'm going to have to buy keys to replace ammo, but that's okay. We're already 60 in. I never checked to see how much we started with. Unfortunately, I'm having to sacrifice some shrapnel for my repairs, which is what I have to do on every Mayhem, or else I'd just be dumping ridiculous amounts of money into the game for repairs and be sitting on huge amounts of shrapnel, which is what I did last year. That being said, I did make a deposit for ped for the first time in like 8 months. And it's sometimes I think it's important to do that and, you know, keep your ped card a little flush without sacrificing loot. You know, if you have to sit on loot in order to wait for the market to stabilize, I think that's important. So it's just one of those things. This is an interesting glitch. That person can't be made a disciple. There isn't another player in the entire instance. Did I try to disciple my frickin' leprechaun? I don't know. Oh, my carry capacity went up. Nice. That means my strength went up. Let's take a look at that. Oops. General. No, it'll be under attributes. My strength is 69. I want to figure out stamina. I do. That's the only one that does not move. And I know that you can do it through tokens and not a whole lot else. Because I think stamina deals in damage reduction. I'm willing to bet that's how it manifests itself. Can you imagine having your stamina so high you don't need armor? I can imagine a world like that. Be a tanky mother. That'd be awesome. So yeah, I'm anyway, sorry, squirrel, back on topic. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, you know, what problems aren't being solved. What problems have I not given my take on? Because I know there are content creators out there who are better at the tutorializing in the game. And part of that's because I haven't practiced it. And part of it's because I haven't been able to break down the problems in order to find their solutions well enough to provide a video that creates those solutions. And I know a big part of that is the fact that I'm just overthinking it. Because that's what I do. I overthink like everything. Don't believe me? Ask my student. I do. I overthink absolutely everything. And so I'm probably overthinking this. That's okay. That's kind of expected. But it's one of those things where I'll figure out the problems. Like the most basic problem in Entropia Universe, I made a video about it. It's the most popular one I have. It's how to play Entropia Universe for free. Obviously, I was actually experimenting with the title of that video because I knew that would be a hot button topic. And it worked. I mean, the experiment worked, hands down. But at the same time, I don't know. And so the experiment was, I'm going to pick a hot button topic. I'm going to label it using all of the right keywords. I'm going to include it in the description. I'm going to do all the tags. Like, you know, I was a marketing major, so I was totally checking the SEO on it and making sure and it worked. But that's the only problem I could really solve. And that's the only problem I had the solution to at the time. And frankly, that's a pretty broad solution, or a pretty broad problem. You know, everyone wants to know how to play for free. Everyone wants to know how to make money in the game because it's a real cash economy. And most people think that they're just going to be able to jump into the game and make a wad of cash. And frankly, if you jump into this game thinking that, you're insane. No video game company that's going to last more than 5 minutes is just going to create a game where they have to hand out shitloads of money. But what Mindark has provided us is a platform. And that platform allows us to create things that have real-world value within the game and sell them to other players. Which is what you have to do if you're actually going to make money in the game. Alternatively, you of course can always do the deeds and shares thing. That's largely where I've gone with it. So, you know, there's that. But at the same time, you just can't walk in here and say, "Oh, great, this is going to be an evergreen money-making machine, and I'm going to have to put in no real effort." If you think that, your head's up your ass. And so maybe that's the problem I need to solve. All of the methods in which you can actually make money in Entropia Universe. Maybe after Mayhem I'll do that. I mean, I wrote 12,000 words on the damn subject, so maybe I can turn it into 50 videos or something like that. 12,000 unpublished words. I was going through part of the manuscript this past week, not yesterday, it was like 3 days ago. I started adding pictures and kind of rearranging the formatting a little bit. I do want to put it out there. I was originally going to put it up on Kindle, throw it up there for like 99 cents. I might still do that. I don't know. Kindle's rules are kind of interesting. They're fairly simple, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not sure I can get everything together for this particular manuscript. And that kind of sucks. And so I might just throw it on the website as an ebook. Free for all. I'll figure that out later. I gotta finish the damn thing first. I need to focus on finishing the damn thing first. That's always been a problem. Because what happens is I get into a project and I get like 50 to 60% in, and then something happens in life, and then, oops, I forgot about this. Just look at my editing of my second book. My first book, I have re-edited that novel so many times. I actually had it on my website as an ebook. I took it down. I have someone reviewing it. She's working through it, making sure there's no super concerns. And then I am likely going to put that up on Kindle. Ghosts of the Past. I had it actually published through a publisher. I had a 2-year contract, and it did okay. I think I made a couple $100. You know, definitely nothing to bitch about considering I'm self-published. Or it was a basically I can't even say that because they actually went to like a whole bunch of conventions and stuff to sell. But once that's done, I'll put that up. I've got a sequel to it. I'll put that up once the editing's done. That I really need to like grapple with that particular project and actually do the damn thing. But part of the thing is that I decided to dedicate myself to doing this channel and producing content 7 days a week. And no, I'm not. Yes, that's an excuse, and no, I'm not trying to say that it's not worth it. But you know, I'm one of those people, unfortunately. I have 10 units of things to do and 8 units of time with which to do it, if that makes sense. And so I have to figure out how to shoehorn all this shit together, and sometimes it means prioritizing. And unfortunately, that's not my priority right now. It should be, but it's not. That's another reason my website's been neglected so much lately. But I have put a little bit into some self-learning. Not self-learning, self-development. Personal development, that's what it's called. So, being someone who was a marketing major, I mean, I started as a flight major, and then I moved into marketing management. Then I moved into they didn't have marketing management for the completion, so I was organizational management, but marketing was really my focus. And then I ended up graduating with an associate's degree because, you know, life happened and the crash. But one of my favorite content creators, Billy Jean, who is a marketer out in California, and one of the things he markets is marketing strategies. Like, that's his shtick. He markets for other people, and then he teaches other people how to do the exact same thing. Because, I mean, his team can only handle so much. And so, you know, and I've priced out his courses before. He sells his courses for like $1,000. And then he decided, okay, we're going to take 99% off all that. So I got all his shit for like $31. To me, that's a worthwhile investment. And so that's what I'm working on learning right now. How can I become better so I can do more and make like better videos? Because there's a whole YouTube masterclass on there, which is the entire reason I got this set. And it's not just ads. I mean, all content is providing value. You know, I don't need to make an ad. I can provide value. I can provide value by providing tutorials and trainings and things like that on Entropia Universe, so you can feel more fulfilled in your gameplay. I just have to figure out what it is that's needed and how can I provide the value that you really want out of it. Shit, this is turning into a vlog. That wasn't intended. But, sorry, I'm not sorry. We are approaching our 6th hour, and we're at 1,700 points. I was really hoping rank 6 would go a little bit faster, but apparently not. It looks like this is actually ramping. The curve on the Merry Creature Challenge is a lot sharper, I think, than the Halloween Creature Challenge. Or maybe it's not. Where did I get? I got to level 17. So maybe it's not. Maybe it just feels that way because I was paying less. We still weren't used to it. I think that's it. We weren't used to it, so we didn't know what to expect, so anything was great. Come on. There we go. We're down to 693 in ammo. We're at 145 in shrap. You know, I kind of wish jumping with the longsword actually did something. I just happened to hit the space actuator on my Tartarus. That time I did it on purpose. I don't know why. Just because. You know, that's something I don't do enough of. I don't do enough, I've noticed that sometimes I'll shoot once or twice to pull, but I won't keep shooting because I'm trying to conserve the value of my gun, which I just use for pull. But realistically, if I'm going to get my gun skills up to where they need to be, I need to keep shooting until the mob reaches me. And that's going to shorten the amount of time it takes to kill each mob. If you really think about it. Okay, it looks like we're a little over halfway through the session if the timing holds. Like I said, we're usually facing about 50 to 55 minutes between bosses. Come on. At some point, I should bring my rifle and sword skills to match up against each other, so there's not a huge gap between the amount of damage I do with a rifle and the amount of damage I do with a sword, but... Speaking of which, where are we with skills? We are at, not that, 98,659. I don't know. I might break 100,000 before the end of Merry Meyham. That's an achievement right there. I never thought it, there was a time when I thought 100,000 was uber. I have since learned better. Nowhere close. Ubers are out there sitting with 500,000 skill points laughing at me going, oh, 100,000 skill points makes me an Uber. But I'm excited though. You know, it's really a benchmark. It's a landmark. Yes, it's a landmark. You know, I have gotten this far in the game. Skills wise, I can take on things that I could not take on, even conceivably take on a year ago, right? I mean, my first benchmark was, okay, I know where other content creators are because they show you their skill levels, and so I thought if I can hit that skill level, I'm doing pretty good. And then I thought, you know, if I hit 100,000 skills, I'll be an Uber. And then I discovered 100,000 skills isn't really Uber. No, that's more like 500,000 skill points, depending on what you're doing. Once I hit 50,000, I'm like, okay, I'm not a noob anymore. Right? Come on. Oh, good. The number of strikes I have left with my sword almost matches the amount of ammo I have left, so... Well, within 500. And I know it's not perfect. My score is doing okay. I hit the 10 hour mark with 1700. So 5500 is going to be my, I mean, assuming I don't get any bonuses and this doesn't count the boss fights, or it does count the boss fights so far. Let's see what people have so far. So far 9 people have completed, the lowest of which has 858 points. The highest of which has 13,868 points. These two are probably going to wind up staying somewhere in the top 20. Even likely the top 10. But judging by where I'm at, I'm probably going to wind up somewhere between these guys. I'm hoping to be a little bit further, but it depends on the RNG, frankly. You know. Let's see. I think I'm on my 7th session. No, it can't be that bad. Maybe it's my 6th. It's probably my 6th. I got 1729. I'm 5 hours in. You know what? I'm not going to stress over it. We're just going to see what happens. I'm sorry there's more silent white space in the Mayhem videos, but unfortunately I plan for 30-minute videos, and Mayhem tends to be hour-long videos. I'm kind of surprised there's been no globals yet. It's kind of been the hallmark of Mayhem. It's like, here, have a bunch of globals. No, I am not complaining. I love globals. If y'all haven't seen Serial Overdrive's 4-way into Merry Meyham this year, you need to go over to his channel and watch it. He gets like 2 globals within 15 minutes. It's like, holy shit, dude. He's like, I've got to leave and I don't want to. I highly recommend it. And if you're new to Entropia universe content, you need to go over and watch his channel. And while you're at it, go check out Lore Spade 2. Seriously, they top-notch content for Entropia universe. Delusionist has a lot of good stuff. He hasn't posted in a while, so it's kind of it's started to age, but it's still, I mean, the commentary's worth it. And Raven Jade is another good one. Unfortunately, she hasn't posted anything lately. She posts a lot of good content. I'm pretty sure she's knocking on the door of being an Uber, if anyone, in the content creator circle. Outside of Death House. I haven't seen Death House lately. which, you know, there's any number of reasons why that might happen, but he's more on Twitch than he is on... I think actually he's exclusively on Twitch. But, I mean, he's rated pirate in space, so I don't know his whole thing. Much more serious than a lot of other people, but, you know, good content to watch if you want to go watch it. Actually, it's been like a dog's age since I've freaking been on Twitch. But these are all content creators I personally recommend. That is not to say I don't want to see you continue to watch my content. Although I do suggest, oh, they don't take fall damage. He just like jumped off that rock. If you want to see my development, go back and watch some of my early Entropia universe content. Just like scroll down the playlist all the way to the end, watch the first couple videos, and then come back to some of these later videos. Maybe not this one, I've been drinking scotch, but, you know, some of these later videos, and just see the difference. I watched some of my older content, I'm like, holy shit, I made that piece of garbage? Yeesh. But that's okay. That's okay, because that's what you need to do in order to be able to get where you are later. Like, I would not be able to make this video the way it is today if it weren't for all the crap, the less quality, the lower quality videos I made earlier in my YouTube foray 2 years ago. And yeah, it's holy shit, it's been that long. No, it's been 1.5 years. I'm sorry. I've been playing Entropia Universe for 2 years. I've been a YouTuber, a real YouTuber, for like 1.5 years. And I've got some WoW videos out there. Like, if you want to dig into my channel, I've got some WoW videos from my guild that we did. But those were put up for the guild, not for an audience. So that we could, 1, enjoy the laughs, and 2, learn from our mistakes. Because they were all on display. Well, they were on display as much as they could be when the videographer is the tank. Come on. We're actually doing pretty good here. Yeah, our armor's taken very little damage. That's good stuff. Sorry, I'm like, oh, I wonder how it's going in the deed space. I should probably not do that during a video. My brain scrolled for a minute. Which is bound to happen. How are we doing for loot? I miss being able to wear this armor. It's just... because it looks fucking awesome. Like, this is my favorite set of armor. I will never get rid of it. But there's not a whole lot I can use it for anymore. I mean, when I'm low-level hunting, I can definitely use it. But my evade score is so high with a lot of low-level hunting, I don't need to use it. I can just evade. Wear street clothes. which is a shame because it's freaking amazing looking. I do wish Mindark would introduce like a transmog. That would be awesome. I am surprised I'm only got one Christmas Strongbox. Maybe Mindark's punishing me. I did sell off quite a bit of scrap in order to be able to repair things. So if the timing holds, we should be about 9 minutes out. Look at all that experience. I mean, okay, so they're like hundreds of points, but still. It's like, yes, experience. Drips and drabs of experience. Oh, my Merry Creature Challenge rank increased. Let's see what we can get for that. Ooh. Athletics. Oh, wow, that's a lot of athletics. That was a fair chunk of health. I think we might have actually been pushed over on a health rank. That's incredible. I've gained several hit points having been here. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about my hit point total getting too high, because I think for category 4 it's 160. But still, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. And I noticed Mindark kind of doesn't like you getting too tanky because, like, for Mayhems, they put a cap on your health. Although they say it's a soft cap, so I don't know what that means. So I think they want you to kind of gradually get up there so that you're kind of a good balance. But you know me, I prefer the tanky stuff. It's like, let me just stand there and take soak shots and just laugh at them as they're hitting me. Oh, we've gained quite a bit of evade today. Where's my evade skill? There it is. Wait, we gained that much on 1 point? Jeez. Hoping the Hispidus spawns at about the same rate it has been. Hopefully within the next 5 minutes or so. I love for it to spawn right now. And no, it's not to cut the video short, but it's because, you know, the more the thing spawns, the more points I'm going to wind up with. Like, my points marker hasn't moved a whole lot this particular session. A little frustrating, but that's okay. Well, maybe it has. I should have taken note of where we started from. That was my bad. Come on, dude. are doing well. Nope. We'll stack those up. Well, that's disappointing. No globals. Come on, Mind Art. Give me a global before the end of this video. That would be amazing. I love this one. This one's even better than the coolness one because it's like, huh? Looks like you just made your invulnerable save. There's a Warhammer 40k reference for you. Come on. Come on, Hispidus. Spawn for us, guy. On the bright side, we're gaining plenty of skills. Okay, so it's not ridiculous, but it's still good. Yeah, strength is still climbing. Slowly but surely. I want to know where the fucking Kerberos are. I do. Because, like, you got the Kerbs, and then you've got this insane thing from Australia, and the Hispidus, which is also from Oz, and the Dykova. I mean, they're not Cal Rom the Cannibal, but they be ugly. Oh, you know what? There's another set of instances, I think. There's the other. Oh yeah. There's the other one where you have to actually talk to an NPC to get into. I wonder if that's where the Kerbs show up. That would make a certain amount of sense. Burn him down. Come on. It would be awesome if the Hispidus would spawn. $366. I can feel it. I can feel the Hispidus getting ready to spawn. It's just like, come on, man. The tension is climbing. Give me the spawn. You know you want to. Spawn the boss so I can kill it and get the 250 delicious points. There it is. They always move so much faster. Whoops. Oh. Shit. I'm like trying to go back to the terminals over yonder and I backed myself into a freaking corner. That's actually hilarious. I would love to know what the hell could possibly cause something of this nature to evolve. Its mouth is in its chest. It's got these two tentacles for trunks. I will say that, you know, the purple eyes thing is pretty cool. And it's hairy. It's hairy. I don't... What? What? And I know it's a game. I'm overthinking it. I'm kind of doing that on purpose. But at the same time, I mean, Jesus. There we go. And that, my friends, is the end of that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time. So make sure you subscribe. Guys, I really appreciate it for you sticking with me through this whole thing. You all have a wonderful night.